For our next lesson, we have here our operations on rational numbers. So we have here addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division of fractions. And we have addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division of decimals. So if you can still remember what you have learned when you were in grade 4, grade 3, grade 5, grade 6, then mauna ni siya tanan, gisagol na siya on operations on rational numbers. Okay? So now, without further ado, let's start with addition and subtraction of fractions. So we have here, there are different kinds of fractions. We have similar and we have dissimilar fractions. So let's begin first with our similar fractions. So, sa ganitong similar fractions class, sa inyong ma-remember sa inyong lessons when you were in elementary, unsa ng similar fractions? Sige daw. The same, unsay the same niya. Similar ang denominator, same sila og denominator. Okay, very good. So when we say similar fractions, these are fractions that have the same denominator. Actually, makita na nato siya diri sa ang screen. So have the same denominator. So these are the examples of our similar fractions. As you can see, you have there 1, 6, 5, 6, 11, 6, or 11 over 6. And all of their denominators are the same. On the other hand, we have here as well the sets of similar fractions. We have 1 over 12, 5 over 12, and 7 over 12. And as you can see, all of their denominators are the same. So that is similar fractions. So take note that fractions can be added and subtracted when only when these fractions are similar. So it is very easy for you to add. It's easy for you to subtract if your fractions are similar. Okay? So you have there if A, B, and C denote integers and B should not be equal to 0. So you have there A over B plus C over B is equals to A plus C over B. And your B should not be equal to 0 because it will lead you to undefined. So dapat it could be 1 or 2 and above, and it should not be equal to 0. That is for addition, in which you are just simply going to add your numerators and then just copy your denominator. Okay? Add the numerator and then copy the denominator since they have the same denominator. Yes, momongan. On the other hand, we have here our subtraction. So we have A over B minus C over B. So you're just going to simply subtract your numerator A minus C over B. So copy lang gihapon ang denominator. You're not going to subtract as well the denominator, okay? You're just going to copy. Remember that one in adding and subtracting fractions. So we have here some examples that you can see below. So you have there 1 over 5 plus 2 over 5 is equals to, you're just going to add the numerator, so 1 plus 2, that is 3, and then copy the denominator. So you have there 3/5. Well, on the next example, we have 5 over 21 plus 3 over 21 is equals to 5 plus 3 over 21 is equal to 5 plus 3, that is 8, and then 21, just copy. And then remember class, if you have fractions, you should always answer it in lowest term. If ever malowest term pa siya, you have to do it. Like for example, if our given here is 5 plus 2, and then, diba, it will become 7. because 5 plus 2 is 7. And then 7 over 21 is not yet your final answer, since we can still both divide numerator and denominator by 3. So let me share a Jamboard so that you can visualize what I said. So you have there 5 over 21 and then plus 2 over 21. Diba, we're just going to add the numerator naman. So that is 7 over 21. So as we can see, 7 and 21 can be uh, lowest term pa man. So we can divide both numerator and denominator by pila man class?
7.
7. Very good. Okay. And then 7 divided by 7.
1.
1. 21 divided by 7.
3.
3. So your final answer should be 1/3. Okay, class na sabtan. Nagets ra?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
so
sir.
remember ha, your answer must always be in lowest term. Okay? Lowest term gid siya, class. If malowest term pa ninyo siya. If dili na gani, then mo stop na ka. So you have to check if the numerator and denominator is na ba siya divisible by. Okay? So magamit sa dinyo inyuhang learning sa divisibility rules when you were in grade 5 and grade 4. So, very useful jud kay ito yung mga na-learn before because it will apply to your lessons now. Okay? Now, let's go to our examples in subtraction. So, we have here 6 over 7 minus 2 over 7 is equal to, so 6 minus 2, and then copy denominator 7. So, that is 6 minus 2, that is 4. And then copy the denominator 7. So you have there 4 over 7. As you can see, ni-stop na ta diri because 4 and 7 is wala man sila divisible by nga number. Right? Di man sila pwede divide og 2 kay ang 7 dili man divisible by 2. Okay? And then for the next example, we have here 8 over 15 minus 4 over 15. So subtract 8 minus 4, so that is 4. And then copy the denominator 15. So na-end na po ta diri because we cannot divide 4 and 15 with a number man. If mag-2 ta, dili sad pwede ang 15. If 3, dili pud pwede ang 4. If 4 ang gamiton, dili pud siya divisible sa 15. So that's why we end our answer here. Okay? Questions, clarifications, violent reactions.
None, sir.
None, Roger.
Okay, none. Very good. So, here in our addition and subtraction of fractions, remember lang yun nga, copy the denominator and then you are going to do the operation sa numerator lang. Okay, copy ra gyud ang denominator, ang numerator is dito na ka mag-add or subtract. It depends on the given. Okay, and then if your answer can be done in lowest term, then you should do it. Okay, so now let's go to the next one, which is the other kind of fraction. Okay, we have already dissimilar fractions. So here in the similar fractions is natin mga na-add nga steps. But before that, what is dissimilar fractions, DI class? When we say dissimilar, unsa day na siya? Dissimilar. Sige daw. What is dissimilar? Anyone? Hello, can you still hear me?
Annotator. Similar like fractions are fractions with the same denominators.
Okay, so ano the mga answers diri? Not similar denominator, fractions with different denominators. Okay, very good. So when we say dissimilar fractions, these are fractions with different denominators. So sa atong similar ganina, di ba, same raman ilahang denominator. Here is different na. And we have some examples that you can see sa mga dissimilar fractions. So you have there 1/2, 5 over 3, 11 over 6. As you can see, their denominators are different from each other. Ay 2, na 3, na 6. And then the second example we have here, 1/2, 1 over 12, 5 over 7, 17 over 22. And as you can see again, their denominators are not the same. Or shall we say they're different? Since we have here 12, 7, and 22. Dissimilar fractions cannot be added or subtracted directly. Okay? Remember this one that dissimilar fractions cannot be added or subtracted directly. First, you need to convert dissimilar fractions to similar fractions. I-convert pa ni nato siya into similar fractions. So how do we convert these dissimilar fractions to similar fractions? We are going to find their LCD, or you can use as well LCM para makuha nimo ilahang denominator and magamit na nimo sila the same. So we have here our steps. So with different denominators, A over B and C over C over D, where B is equals to 0 or should not equal to 0, and D as well should not be equal to 0. So you're going to rename the fractions to make them similar with denominator, which denominator is the least common multiple of B and D. So we can use either LCD or LCM. But in order for you to make it a way easier, we can use the LCM. Can you still remember how to get LCM, class?
No.
Oh, no. No na.
Naka-forget na, Chair.
Naka-forget na. Okay. And that's the time, if you have already converted your dissimilar fractions to similar fractions, pwede na dayon na nimo siyang ma-add or subtract ang numerator and then just copy the denominator. So, write the result as a fraction whose numerator is the sum or difference of the numerators and which denominator is the least common multiple of B and D. So, ato ning ansiran ang kaning kuan class. 2/5 plus 1/4 using a Jamboard. Okay, so that makakuan ninyo siya, ma-visualize ninyo kung giun sa pagkuha ang atong LCM. Actually, same ra na ang LCM o LCD o result class. Pero if you want easier, pwede ta maka-use sa tong LCM. Okay, so you have there, when we say LCM, that is least common multiple. And then for your LCD, that is least common denominator. So same ra na sila. So in the way nga ato siyang kuhaon is, you have there, sometimes, ang buhaton sa uban is they are just going to multiply both denominators. But somehow, naiuban pod nga ang answer niya is not the least common. So, mo na siya, tong buhaton is mag-listing method jud ta class. Okay? So, you have there, kuhaon na to ang denominator on both given. So, you have there 5 and 4, right? So, we are going to list all of their common multiples. So, unsa din ang multiples, teacher? Ang common multiple class, you're just going to have, for example, let's start with 5. So you have there 5 times 1. That is 5. I-list na nimo diha. You have there 5 times 2. That is 10. 5 times 3. 15. Yeah, that's why multiply, because multiples. 5 times 4, that is 20. 5 times 5, that is 25. Pwede mo stop sa tadiri kay basi na say common nga gamay. So let's go with our 4. So sa atong 4, we can have 4 times 1. That is 4. 4 times 2, 8. 4 times 3. That is 12. 4 times 4, 16. 4 times 5, 20. So now class, nabatay nakita nga common nila, nga list,
20.
Naa, Chair, 20.
which is 20. So you can use 20 as your denominator. Okay, nasabtan? We can use
Okay,
Yes,
sir.
20 as
Remember,
our denominator. So that is how you are going to do your LCM. Okay? Pero actually, if we're going to multiply that one 5 times 4, that is equal to 20. Pero na cases class nga, dili siya lists. Okay? Naiuban nga, dako pa ang mugawas kaysa sa kung i-multiply ni mo siya. So much better just to be sure, or mangita kag number nga divisible silang duha. Pwede na siya. Mangita kag number nga divisible silang duha. Nga pinakagamay. You can use that one as your LCD. Okay, if dili na mo ganahan maglisting method. Okay, mangita mo og number nga divisible silang duha. Which is sakto man jud ang 20. Because 20 divided by 4 and then 20 divided by 5, pinakagamay naman na nila nga divisible sila. So what is our next step, teacher? So kopyahon sa natog balik 2/5 plus nira kay hiwi kayo. 2/5 plus 1/4. Since we have already our LCD naman class, you can use that one as your denominator na. Then magbuhat lang kag duha diha ka buok. Then what is the next? So teacher kanang duha imong gibutang because ato pa man ni siyang i-transform class. Your 2/5 and 1/4, we're going to transform it into similar fractions pa man. So unsay buhaton nato ana? So you are going to divide 20 divided by 5. Okay? So imo na siyang i-divide 20 divided by 5, that is pila? 20 divided by 5. 4. And
4.
then you're going to multiply that one with your numerator. 4 times 2. 4 times 2. That is 8. So that is now your new, or imuhang na-convert from 2/5, nahimo siya 8/20. Okay, unsa ganito, divide 20 divided by 5, and then times 2. Nasabtan ra ang process? Nalubat na ko. Sabtan ra? Okay. Sige. Actually, review naman lang ni ninyo class, so kay nomdom ra gyud. And then, let's go sa atong next. Or napunta sa atong 1/4. So, 20 divided by 4 times 1, pila?
5.
That is 5. So, that's the time, di ba? Similar fractions na sila class. Di ba, ningon man ta nga, fractions can only be added or subtracted if they are similar fractions. Since similar fractions naman sila, pwede natang mag-add o mag-subtract. So here we have 8 plus 5.
13.
13. And then copy the denominator. So that is now your final answer. Okay? So malan jud to siyang napuno. You're going to convert your dissimilar fractions to similar by finding their LCD, and then you're going to convert it into similar fractions, and then you're going to do the operation. Okay? Questions, clarifications?
Wala ra, Chair.
Okay,
Wala ra,
So,
Char.
Wala na siya.
very good. Now let's go to our subtraction. So we have here our example, 2/3 minus 1/2. Okay. So this time is similar, dissimilar. Similar fraction,
Dissimilar.
Okay, dissimilar. Unsay unang buhaton class?
LCM.
LCM. So what do you think is the LCM of this?
6.
Okay, 6. Or mangita tag number nga kanang kuan nilang duha. Divisible nilang duha. Pero pwede gyapon tang mag-listing method ha katong 3. If di jud ka sure class, you can use the listing method. So you have there 3 and then 6 and then 9. Here we have 2, 4 and 6. So ang list nila is 6. So now, since kabaw naman ta nga 6 ilahang LCD or ilang LCM, ato na siyang i-convert dayon. So what will happen to 2/3? It will become unsa naman siya, di ba? Ato man to siyang i-multiply and i-divide and then i-multiply. Pila yung result?
6.
Divided by 3. 6 divided by 3,
2.
2 times 2,
4.
4. Okay, so from 2/3, nahimo siya 4/6. Now, ari na sa ito sa pikas. 6 divided by 3. 2.
3.
3 times 1,
3.
3. Now, subtract na class. Pila yung result? 4
1,
minus
6.
1. 4 minus 3, 1. Copy denominator, 6. And Viola, you're finished. Okay? So that is how you're just simply going to do addition and subtraction of similar and dissimilar fractions. Don't forget the steps lang. Okay?
Okay, Chair.
Okay. So we have another nasad nga problem, which is we're going to do the addition and subtraction of mixed numbers. Okay. So what is mixed numbers, DI class? Or what are mixed numbers?
Na whole number, Chair.
Very good. Na whole number and na fraction. So mixed numbers are quantities that have a whole number part and a fraction part. So below are some of the examples. So you have there 3 and 1/4. Naatay whole number nga 3, naatay fraction nga 1/4. Mo na siya gitawag og mixed number. Then we have another example. We have 7 and 2/3. So we have 7 whole number and then 2/3 that is fraction. Okay? So this time class, unsaon naman sa nina to teacher nga na naman sa siya whole number and mixed kuan. So what we're going to do is ato sa siyang i-change ang mixed number to improper fractions. So nakainomdom mo sa improper fractions class? Sige daw, can you still remember? Wala na. Okay. So when we say improper fractions class, ang iyahang numerator kay mas dako sa denominator. Okay? Iyahang numerator kay mas dako sa iyahang denominator. Okay. And then while kung mayon tag proper, ang proper is mas dako ang iyahang denominator kaysa sa iyahang numerator. Okay. And then these mixed numbers is pwede na nato siyang mahimo og improper. Okay, pwede na nato siyang mahimog improper. But the steps here in solving or in adding and subtracting mixed numbers is the same rapod sa tong similar o dissimilar. So, for example, if we have there 2 and 3/4, and then atong i-add ang 1 and 2/3. So, ang imong buhaton, anak class, is imong i-tapad ang imuhang whole number and then imo pod itapad imuhang fraction. Okay, so you have there kani
It
siya.
means mga whole number, sir.
Yeah. So you have there, di ba, diri sa pikas kay 2. Then imong i-plus 1. Then ari na sad sa pikas, you're going to add your fractions. So you have there 3/4 plus 2/3. Okay, kani siya, pwede na nimo siyang ma-add. That is 3 naman right away. And then this time class, sa imong fraction nga part. Sa imong makita dire, is this similar or dissimilar? Okay, very good. That is dissimilar. So we are going to find ang iyahang LCD or LCM. So unsa yang LCM class? Unsa may divisible sa 4 and 3? Okay, that is 12. So ato siya ni siyang i-change class. So it will become, di ba, plus man na siya. So 12. So what will happen to 3/4? 12 divided by 4. 3. 3 times 3, that is 9. On the other hand, we have there 12 divided by 3.
4.
4 times 2, that is 8. So ato na din na siyang i-add kay similar fractions naman sila. So 9 plus 17. Pila naman na siya class? 9 plus 17. 9 plus 8.
17.
17. Okay, that is 3 over 17 at 3 and 17 over 12. So as you can see, di ba, niyon ta ganina nga improper man na siya, teacher. So kung improper gani class, dili pa na siya final answer. Okay? You have there, gi-add naman na to tong whole number. So that is 3 and then 17 over 12. So since improper pa man ni siya, we should change this one into mixed number. So saan pag-change ani niya class? You can do division. So you have there 17 and then sa gawas ang 12. So pila man ni, di ba? That is 1. Okay, ari lang tas babaw bigyan ni masud. So this one, you have there 17 and then 12. So you have there 17 divided by 12, that is 1. And then that is over 1 times 12, that is 12. So 17 minus 12, that is 5. So kana imuhang quotient diha, that is your whole number. And then kana imong 5 diha, mo na siya imong numerator. Imong remainder, that is your numerator. And then your denominator is your denominator po diri. So you have there 1 and 5 over 12, dining 17 over 20. And then teacher, naman tayo whole number nga 3 diri. So imo nang i-add sa imong 1. So 3 plus 1, that is
4.
already 4. So your final answer is 4 and 5 over 12. Okay? So remember, if you have improper man ni siya kay mas dako ang numerator. Basta dako ang numerator, imo pa na siyang i-change into mixed number by dividing. Okay? Remember, imuhang quotient mo na whole number. And then, ang imuhang remainder mo na numerator. And then, ang kanay imuhang divisor, diha mo sa imuhang denominator. So, you have there 1 and 5 over 12. And then, i-add ang numerate ang whole number 3 ug 1. So, it becomes 4. So, 4 and 5 over 12. Nasabtan, class? So, dagan-dagan og steps ang ato ang mixed numbers, no? Pero, mo come out projud ka good answer, ana. Okay. Questions, clarifications?
None.
Okay, none. So, let's go to subtraction. So, what if we have 7 and 1/2 minus we have 1 and 1/3? So, same lang yapon sa itong process sa addition class, pwede na itong ilahi ato ang whole number o ato ang fractions. So, you have there 7, and then since subtraction naman ta, so 7 minus 1. Then ari sa pikas, we have 1/2 minus 1/3. And then kani subtract nimo 7 minus 1, that is 6. How about our 1/2 and 1/3? Is it similar or dissimilar?
Dissimilar.
Okay, dissimilar pa man sila. So, we're going to find the LCD.
L-
LCM or LCD. So, unsa man nilang LCM class?
6.
Okay, 6. So, change the yun na to, ang 1/2. So, you have there 6 divided by 2. That is 3. 3 times 1, that is 3. Here, 6 divided by 3, that is 2. Times 1, that is 2. So, similar naman sila. So, we can already subtract. So, 3, 6 minus 2, 6. Pila class?
1, 6.
Okay, that is 1, 6. So, our 1, 6, is it proper or improper? Proper ang 1, 6 or improper?
Proper.
Okay, that is proper kay gamay man iyang numerator. Ganina, improper to siya kay dako man ang numerator. Kung improper na ganina ang answer diha class, then that is your final answer. So your answer in 7 and 1/2 minus 1 and 1/3 is 6 and 1/6. Na-gets or na questions?
Wala ra.
Okay, very good. So, just ask lang ha if napay naglibog or katong mga hilom lang kaayo dira. Okay? Sige. Now, this time is we are going to have our addition and subtraction of decimals. Kung ganina is fractions pa to siya class, this time is we are going to have decimals. So, we have here, in decimals, adding and subtracting decimals are just like whole numbers. So you're just going to align the decimal points and then add and subtract right away. So just insert the decimal point in the answer immediately beneath the decimal points in the numbers being added or subtracted. Or shall we say, align ra na to siya, i-bring down na to ang decimal point, and then just add, just like a normal number. Or just like a whole number. So we have here our examples. So it is given in horizontal form. Yeah, horizontal is higda, di ba? Oh, yeah. So you have there odd 0.005 plus 9.684. So what you're going to do, class, is i-align ra gyud na ninyo siya. Dapat mag-align ang imuhang decimal point. Okay? So you have there 0.005 and then nag-add ta 0.684. So as you can see, align ang ato ang decimal point. And then you're just going to add right away. So you have there 5 plus 4, 9, 0 plus 8. Nasayop na siya. That is 8. And then you have there 0 plus 6, that is 6. And then you have there 0 plus 9, that is 9. And then bring down lang your decimal point. Then that's it. Typo na siya class ha, that is 9.689. Okay? And then we have another example here. 34.095 plus 8.68. So gisuwat na tog una ang 34.095. And as you can see, di ba, ang 8.68 kay gi-align na to ang iyang decimal point. Okay, i-align na gyud mo ang decimal point class and then isuwat ra nimo siya dayon. And then you can add already. So 5 plus 0 kay wa man siya diha, so that is 5. Or you can bring down. And then 9 plus 8, that is 17. So bring down 7, carry 1. 1 plus 0, that is 1 plus 6, that is 7. And then 4 plus 8, that is 12. Bring down 2, carry 1. So 1 plus 3, that is 4. So your answer is 42.6. 775. So, mara gini siya. Align, add, and then put the decimal point in your final answer. Okay? It is, magamit siya in both addition and subtraction. So, we have here some examples sa subtraction. So, 37.428 minus 10.634. So, align lang gihapon na to siya, class. So, you can see there, their decimal points should be aligned. And then, use the operation nga gi-provide, which is subtraction. 8 minus 4, that is 4. 2 minus 3, it can't be, so mo-borrow ta. So, 4 becomes 3, and then 2 becomes 12. 12 minus 3, that is 9. And then 3 naman yung 4 diri, so it can't be subtracted to 6. So, borrow ta. 7 will become 6, and then 3 will become 13. 13 minus 6, that is 7. And then this one, 6 minus 0, that is 6. 2 minus 1, that is 2. Then, ibutang lang na to ang decimal point. So, I hope nakaapas ra, no? This is just like the same as subtracting and adding whole numbers. Ang nakausab lang yun niya kay dapat mag-align ta sa decimal point, and then ato po siyang i-affix sa ato ang final answer or i-bring down na to atong decimal point. Kung mahiwi na ganyan siya, class, ikasuwat nimo, maghiwi-hiwi sa dimong answer. Wala na kakaibaw sa imong decimal point, ana. Okay? And on the other hand, you have another example, 65.030 minus 26.732. So, align gihapon ta and then do the necessary operation. Sige, questions, clarifications in addition and subtraction of decimals.
None, Richard.
Okay, nakahinomdom ra sa discussion
Yes.
sa pag-elementary?
Yes, Chair.
Okay,
Yes.
very good. So now this time, class, is mubalik na po ta sa tong fraction. But we are going to have multiplication and division of fractions. Okay, I hope dili na mo maglibog ha, kabaw naman mo sa steps. So in multiplication, we are going to multiply numerator by numerator and denominator by denominator. This is one of the easiest among the three operations here in fractions. So you have there, i-multiply ra gyud nato atong numerator of numerator, class, and then denominator of denominator. So you have there a over b times c over d is equals to a times c and then b times d. Okay? Bisag similar or dissimilar fractions pa na sila, multiply numerator, numerator, denominator, denominator. Okay? Mara gyud nato a class. So we have here an example of problem. So it takes Ida 3/4 of an hour to complete a piece of cross stitch. How many hours will it take her to complete a dozen pieces? So dozen means, pila mo na siya, class? That is 12, di ba? 1 dozen is equal to 12 man. So naday 3/4 daw, and then pila yung mabuhat if 12 dozen or 1 dozen. So inyong bato na class ng teacher, saan pag multiply ani nga numerator by numerator, denominator by denominator, nga whole number man ang usa. Di ba ningon ta if kuan gani na siya, class, if whole number gani na siya, if we're going to change this one into fraction, that is equivalent to 12 over 1. Or na siya 1 as your denominator. Okay, because 12 divided by 1, that is 12 man gihapon, which is whole number. So you can change that whole number 12 into 3/4 times 12 over 1. And then you can just simply multiply numerator by numerator, denominator by denominator. Or if you want nga mogamay imuhang answer or diretso na siya lowest term class, ang inyong buhaton is mag-canceling method mo. So teacher, what is canceling method? If you can remember, this is your lesson when you were in grade 5. So you have there, dapat kung mag-cancel ta class, it should be numerator and denominator. So saan na siya teacher? So mangita ka if na kay makancel nga numerator o denominator dira. So here sa atong 3/4 times 12 over 1. Do you think natay makancel or natay ma-divide both numerator and denominator? Yes or no? Sige, try to look lang sa.
Twelve, sir?
12 og unsa pa. Asa man atong ma-divide ana nga both
4.
numerator. Okay, very good. You have there 4 and 12. Di ba pwede tang maka-divide nila class? Unsa may pwede natong ma-divide sa 4 og 12? Unsa may lang divisible? Sige daw. Di ba, do you think both of them are divisible by 4? Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you can divide that one. Mo ni siya itong gitawag og canceling method. Meaning to say, atong pagamyon ang value sa tuang given. So you have there, pero dapat numerator, denominator siya class ha. Dili lang kay ani nga form, pwede po din ani o kani. Okay? Pero sa ato ang nakita diri ang makancel is naman diri sa pikas nga numerator and then diri sa pikas kay denominator. So we can divide both of this one by 4. So 4 divided by 4, mahimo siyag 1. And then this one, 12 divided by 4, mahimo siyag 3. So as you can see, nanggagmay atong values class. Right? Because we cancel. And then right after we cancel, we can multiply na dayon. So 3 times 3, that is 9. And then we have 1 times 1, that is 1. Or 9 over 1 is equivalent to 9. So that is your final answer. Mo ni siya yung shortest way class using canceling method. If naay makancel. If walay makancel, then pwede rasad ka mo proceed na og multiplication sa numerator, denominator. Okay, nasabtan ba ning canceling method class?
Yes, sir.
How about the others? Sige, teacher, try daw na to nga dili ta mag-canceling method. Pareha ba silag answer? Sige, ari lang tas babaw. So you have there 12 over 1. Pwede ra jud ka nga di mag-canceling method class, pero mag-lowest term pa ka. You have there 3 times 12, pila? That is 36. Right? 36. 4 times 1, that is 4. Diba? 36 over 4, dili pa man siya final answer kay malowest term pa man siya. Sakto?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So we're going to divide it by pila?
4.
By 4. So 36 divided by 4?
9.
9. 4 divided by 4?
1.
Diba? Same ra sila answer. Pero
Yeah.
kani is mas gamay na lang ka og gisuwat. Unlike ani nga nag-lowest term pa ka, pero same ra man gyud yapon siya process class. It depends what will work for you. Okay, but still both of these methods are or have the same answer. Regular. Okay, class, which do you think ang mas easy, cancel or kaning multiply? Gamit kay ang cancel class basta dagko kay mong numbers. Kay mo gamay man siya because mag-cancel ka or magamay imuhang values ba sa imong given. Okay, pwede ra ha, numerator by numerator diretso and then mag-reduce in lowest term ka. But kaning canceling method kay useful pud siya nga mogamay imuhang given and then madiretso lowest answer or lowest term imuhang answer. Okay? Sige, questions. Wala right question?
None, Chair.
None,
Sige.
Wala,
sir.
Chair.
Sige, maghatag-tag another example. 3/5 over, oops. Wala. Okay. We have there 3/5 and then multiply na to og 2/3. Sige, canceling method sa ta class na makancel. Sige, tanaw na to numerator, denominator na ba'y makancel.
3 to 3, Chair.
Okay, 3 og 3, very good. Yes, makancel mo na siya, divide yung mog 3. Diba 3 divided by 3, 1. 3
One.
divided by 3, 1. 1 times 2, 2.
2.
5 times 2. 5 times 1,
5.
5. Muna na siya mong answer. Pero kung magamit sa ka og long term or katong taas nga way, you can also 3 over kanina lang din lang nakuswaton ha. 3 times 2 that is 6. 5 times 3 that is 15. Then lowest term nimo, divide both sides by 3. That is 2/5 gihapon. 6 divided by 3, 2. 15 divided by 3, 5. Same ra gyapon yung answer, di ba? Depende ra gyud ha unsay mo work nimo. Kung asay mong masayunan, kung mag-cancel ba ka or kaning mag-reduce ba ka. Pero kung mag-cancel ka, diretso na reduce imong answer. Questions, clarifications?
None, Chair. Nakasabot ra.
None ra. Very good. Now, let's go to our division of fraction. So, to divide fractions, you're going to multiply the dividend by the multiplicative inverse or reciprocal of the divisor. If the given is a mixed number, change to improper fraction and follow the first rule. So, you have there A over B divided by C over D is equals to A over B times D over C is equals to A times D over C. Or shall we say, in short term, ang kanang second given nimo class, you're going to reciprocate or give the reciprocal. So as you can see, from C over D, nahimo siya D over C. And then, from division symbol, na-change siya into multiplication. And then, as you can see, multiplication naman siya, so ma-apply na to itong gidiscuss ganina. Multiply numerator by numerator, denominator by denominator. Okay, so let's have an example. Jamboard again. So you have there. So for example, you have sa man nga given. Sige, 2/3 divided by 1/2. So you have there 2/3 divided by 1/2. So first nimong buhaton class is irreciprocal sa ani siya. So kapihon lang ni nato ang first nga given. And then this one will become multiplication. And this 2/3 at 1/2 will become 2 over 1. So mo na siya class. And then teacher, unsay next buhaton? Pwede ba tang makakancel ani class? Sige daw. Pwede ta makakancel, multiplication naman ni siya.
No.
Okay, very good. No. Teacher, naman tayo 2 og 2. Di ba ningon ta, basta mag-cancel class, it should be numerator, denominator. Both numerator man siya class, so we cannot cancel. So, ang atong buhaton is, since wa man tayo makancel, mag-multiply ta right away. So, 2 times 2, 4. 3 times 1, that is 3. Is this our final answer? 4 over 3.
Yes.
Yes? Unsa man ni siya nga fraction? Dako ang numerator. Proper, improper?
Improper?
Improper. So, ato pa na siyang i-change into mixed number. Basta improper gani mo gawas class, change to mixed number kita ha. So you have there 4 divided by 3. So you have there 1. So you have there, ang final answer nato is 1 and 1/3. 1 quotient, 1 remainder, numerator, and then denominator is 3. So your final answer is 1 and 1/3. Nasabtan? Questions?
No, nasabtan ra, Chair.
Non-rature.
Ayaw jud mong kalimot, ana ha. So let's have another example. So what if teacher ang given kay whole number and then mag-divide ta og mixed number. Okay, so kani siya, saan ni siya? So if na gani kay mixed number class, ang imong buhaton ana niya is imo sana siyang not reciprocal but i-change to to improper. Okay, i-change ni nato siya into improper fraction. So saan nato siya pag-change to improper fraction? I-multiply na to ang denominator to our whole number and then i-add nimo imuhang numerator sa imuhang product. So 2 times 2 that is 4. 4 plus 1 that is 5 and then copy the denominator. So from 2 and 1/2, 5 over 2 siya into improper fraction. So mo na siya imong gamiton divide. So you have there 20 divided by 5 over 2. Nasabtan class? Asa gi ko ang 5 over 2? Gi-change ra nato ang atoang mixed number into improper. Multiply 2 times 2 and then plus 1. 2 times 2, 4 plus 1, 5, copy denominator 2. And then, i-apply na tayo na to ang giingon na to ganina. Now, you have there, ang kaning 20, it could be written as 20 over 1 man, di ba? Wala na nako siya gi-reciprocal class ha, gihimo ra na to siya fraction. Kaya di man ni siya ma-change ang first nga given. Ang ma-change ra gyud or reciprocal na to ang second given ra gyud always. If division. So, division will be multiplication and then 5 over 2 will become 2 over 5. And then we can already multiply. So here, pwede man tang makakancel kani by 5. Divide kani by 5. So 5 by 5, that is 1. 20 divided by 5, that is 4. Then multiply dayon ka. 4 times 2, 8. 1 times 1, that is 1. Or 8 over 1 is equal to 8. Then that's your final answer. Remember ha, i-change pa na to atong mixed number into improper. And then isuwat na nimo siya, pwede ka maglibog. And then that's the time mga mag-reciprocal na ka. Division, multiplication, 5 over 2 will become 2 over 5. And then, cancel and multiply. Or pwede sad mag-multiply ka diretso, 20 times 2, that is 40. 1 times 5, that is 5. So, 40 divided by 5, that is 8 gihapon ang answer. Okay, questions?
Non-rature.
Okay,
No,
none.
Chair.
Okay, so, actually, we still have one last. Saba, uy! So, we have here the last one, which is multiplication and division of decimals. Muna siya last class. And I want you to self-study na lang this one during your asynchronous time, okay? So, naman na siya.
Chair, namin i-quiz.
Yes, and actually, we will have an activity and I will discuss it now. Okay, so, I know class, daghan gyatong i-discuss ron because we already have the operations of our fractions and operations of decimals. So, kung ato na siyang kung ato na siyang hinumduman tanan, naragyo na siya tanan sa itong elementary. So, kung nakasabot na mo ato from elementary pa lang daan, no,
Yes, Chair, katong
this
grade
time,
4. Naman
is
ang
easier
fractions.
na lang yun na ninyo siya karon. Or kanon na lang na ninyo siya karon. Di na dapat hunaw-naon. Kasuwat, mara kag nag-chill-chill. Okay? But if kuan pa, if naglibog pa ka, you can still study lang sa or um, find time lang sa nga masink in siya sa imong utok. Okay? So now class, you are going to have an activity which is what we called as ato sang i-off ang record ha.